Hello all, good afternoon. Yeah, so what we discussed guys yesterday? Yesterday we discussed about the, guys tell me what we discussed yesterday. So AWS services, right guys? AWS services. So which service we discussed yesterday guys? Guys, which service we discussed yesterday? EC2, EC2 service is nothing but a compute service. EC2 service. So why we are using for this service? This is in this service we can launch the virtual private servers. What are those guys? Virtual private servers. So virtual private servers means so we can launch the instance or a VM. So in the EC2 instance in the AWS console. Yeah, we launched the EC2 instance. So while launching the EC2 instance, what we provided? So we provided the region, availability zones, and AMI, and EBS, and key pair, and VPC security group. So this right, we gave these options and we launched the EC2 instance. We launched the EC2 instance. This is the EC2 instance. So this is the EC2 instance. Instance is nothing but a server or a VM, guys. Instance is nothing but a server, VM, or a instance. So which instance we launched? So which OS we launched, guys? So we launched Amazon Linux 2 OS. What is this, guys? So which OS we launched, which OS we installed on the EC2 instance? Amazon Linux OS, Amazon Linux OS 2 we installed, and we practiced the few basic commands, right, guys? Basic commands, basic commands, and so basic commands and file handling tools and directory handling tools and package management. So package manage so package management and zip files, tar and untar the files. So we discussed about, right, on top df-hd disk free we can check it, and ps is nothing but a process state, ps-ef pipe grep -i, that service name, java, tomcat, whatever it may be. So we discussed about the few tools, right, and the and we discussed about less, more, grep, something like a grep. We discussed about the grep. These are the cat. So cat, head, tail. So we discussed about these commands also, right, guys? So this is nothing but a, in the EC2 instance, what we discussed about the instances. So instances, AMI, you got it, Amazon mission image. So mission image is nothing but a OS template. Amazon, a mission image. Mission image is nothing but a mission image is nothing but a OS template, and volumes. So volumes also we have a EBS volume. EBS volumes. EBS means elastic block storage volumes, and snapshots. Snapshots. So snapshot 9. So you install the OS, right? This OS is we took 8 GB of a 8 GB space, right? 8 GB space is nothing but a volume. So so you can took the you can took the backup for this volume, and if something goes wrong on the OS, right, you need to restore the you need to restore from the snapshot, restore it from a snapshot, restore it from a snapshot, and so we want to attach. So this is the OS image. We want to attach another volume. So you can in the volume, so you can create a new volume and attach it to the instance. How you can attach it to the instance. attach it to instance. So this is nothing but a volumes. This is nothing but a basic EC2 instances, guys. A basic EC2 instances. And today, so what gonna will discuss? What we will discuss? So we will discuss about the IAM. What is this, guys? Guys, speak out. What is that service? Service name, call it as a IAM. IAM is nothing but a identity access management. So identity and identity access management. So what is identity access management? So how you are authenticating with our AWS console, guys? So how you are authenticating with our AWS console? So how you are authenticating with our AWS console? Through the username and password. User and name and password. Password. Same like as a Linux OS, right? That CentOS OS. CentOS or any OS. CentOS, we have a administrator user. Who is the administrator user? Root user is the administrator user. Who is the admin user? Administrator user. So who is the administrator user? Root super user. Administrator user is nothing but a super user. And the password is something. And the password is something you kept, right? So this is the administrator. The same like as a console also having. So here also, so we have a two types of users. So we have a two types of users. So we have a two types of users. So what are those? Admin user, non-admin users. Admin user and normal users. Who is the admin user? The row in the root Linux or a AWS console root is the admin user, and IAM user is nothing but a normal user. Normal user. So normal user. Who is the admin user? Who is the normal user? So admin user is root. Admin user is root. Admin user is root, and normal user is something like a Hari, whatever it may be, guys. So Hari or whatever it may be. So the same like as a the same like the same like Linux OS, right? Linux OS, if you have a so in the Linux OS, if you have a root user, you can do anything. You can do anything. Same like as if you have a root user, you can execute both bin and sbin commands. So the same like as if you have a AWS console, in the AWS console, if you have a root user, you can access anything. You cannot restrict anything if you have a root user access. So I want to restrict the few things, something like how I can restrict the how I can restrict if you want to restrict the services. So you are a cloud engineer, or you are a something like a Linux engineer, or you are a DBA engineer, DBA guy, or you are a DevOps guy. DBA guys only access RDS, right? Only access RDS. So for example, Linux engineer only need to access EC2 service. EC2 a service. It is EC2 service, RDS service, DevOps guy something like only EKS access. Only EKS access. So they don't need DevOps engineer don't need RDS and EC2 service, and don't need the IAM access. So the cloud engineer having having the having the full access, same like as a same like as a root user. Same like as a root user, because of cloud engineer, right? AWS console, he need to access everything. He need to access everything. So we'll provide this identity, so that so the distinction will be provided by the IAM access, identity user and identity access management. The providing the restrictions, so only DBA guys need to access only RDS. So Linux engineers only need to access EC2. Network engineers only need access to the network service VPCs. So they can restrict the access by using the IAM, identity and access management. Guys understood? Guys understood? I speak out, guys. I don't know. Are you able to listen, or are you able to hear my voice or not? If you speak out, then only I can understand. Yeah, you guys are listening my voice. Guys, understood, right?
Yes.
Yep, very good. Thank you. So, so today what we will discuss the IAM permission, right? I will show it in the console. So AWS dot Amazon dot console.com. So this is the URL for this is the URL for signing up or creating your EC2 instance, everything. So this is the URL, guys. So you can sign up or sign in console once you have a sign up. So log into this console. I already logged in today morning. So that's the reason. So I'm signing out. Yeah, guys, I'm signing in. I'm signing in the console. Guys, you can see here. So we can access the AWS console two ways. One is a root user. The other one is a IAM user. IAM means identity and access management. So IAM is nothing but a normal user. So normal user in the IAM user. Admin user is the root user. It's a unrestricted access. So IAM user is the normal user. So we can restrict the services policies, DBA, DevOps, EC2 instance. These all are the IAM users. Yeah, so we can connect the AWS. You can connect the AWS console by using root user or a IAM user. Root user account owner that performs task required. So account owner that performs tasks requiring unrestricted access. Same like as a root user. So AWS also root user. It is a unrestricted access. So IAM user is a user within an account that performs a daily task. So that performs daily tasks. They have a restricted access. So I logged in as a root user. I logged in as a root user after creating the IAM, right? So we will connect to the IAM user. Okay. So now I am connecting as a IAM user. So I have a unrestricted privileges because of I'm logging as a root user. I'm signing as a root user. That is the reason. Guys, understood? Very good. Now you got it right. IAM, identity access and management. So IAM, what is the service, guys? You guys can search it here. IAM, identity access management. You see, guys, this is the service identity access management here. Users, user groups, users, roles, policies, identity providers, account settings. So these all are in the IAM. These all are in the IAM. I will show you. So what we are discussing? We are discussing the service called as a IAM service. Yesterday, what we discussed about the EC2 virtual servers. So we discussed about the yesterday EC2 instances, images, elastic block storage, network and security, load balancing and auto scaling. So this is the features in the EC2. So now I am learning IAM, identity access and management. How you can access the users, roles, policies, and identity providers and groups. We'll show you guys. Yeah, guys. So module 4 identity and access management IAM. So introduction to IAM identity and access management, understanding IAM console, creating and managing security groups, creating and managing users passwords and security key, passwords and security key ID, creating and managing roles, so understanding and managing policy, understanding the multi-factor authentication, user login process. What is a IAM, guys? So what is a IAM? IAM is nothing. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. IAM is a web service that enables you to manage users and groups permissions in the AWS. So what it will manage, guys? IAM manages users and group permissions in the AWS. Same like as a Windows or a Linux, guys. Understood? It is So it is targeted at organizations with multiple users or systems that use AWS products such as Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, EC2, Amazon Relational Databases, RDS, Amazon Management Console. So few of the services. It is targeted at the organization with multiple users or systems that use AWS products such as Amazon EC2, Amazon RDS, Amazon IAM. IAM console. So IAM console. Why we go for the IAM? To avoid a security and logistical headache. Why we are going for the IAM? To avoid the security and logistical headache. So when you create an AWS account, it has a permissions to do anything and everything with all the resources. When you create an AWS account, it has a permissions to do anything and everything with all the resources. IAM allows IAM allows you to limit access as needed and gives you the peace of mind that approved people are accessing the right resources in the desired manner. So IAM allows you to limit access as needed and gives you as a peace of mind that approved people are accessing the right resources in the desired manner. So why we go for IAM? IAM will allow us to create a multiple users with individual security credentials and permissions. IAM will allow IAM will allow us to create multiple users with individual security credentials and permissions with this IAM. With this IAM, each user is allowed to do only what they need to do. Each user is allowed to do and only what they need to do. What they need to do. So why we go for the IAM? Each user in AWS account must have a unique set of credentials to access the console. So each user in the AWS account must have a unique set of credentials to access the console. So what is IAM? So different types of user have different set of permissions. So administrator, system operation engineer, developers. These three people having different type of permissions. Administrator need access to all the AWS resources, right? So then administrator will provide the root access or a full permissions. So full permissions. Amazon EC2, Amazon RDS, Amazon S3. Developers need only access to the Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Developers needs only the access to the EC2 instance. EC2 instance. So we are providing only the EC2 instance access. And the RDS, DBA people needs only access to the RDS. We will provide the RDS access. So the storage, infra people only need to access the only S3. They will provide the only S3 access. What is IAM? So we can use IAM. So we can use IAM to create a unique queue user for each employee and define their permissions. So what is IAM, guys? So we can use IAM to create a unique queue user for each employee and define their permissions. So Adley is administrator, Bob is system operation engineer, Dev is developer. Dev is a developer. So what is a group, guys? These all are the users. These all are the users, right? So what is a group, guys? What is a group? A group is a collection of IAM users. So what is a group, guys? A group is a collection of IAM users. After you set the permissions on a group, those permissions are set to the all the users in the group. After you set the permissions on a group, those permissions are set to the all the users in the group. Even if we create the user, we need to use group set the permissions. We need to manage access for number if groups instead of managing access for every individual user. Guys, understood? So administrator access means provides full access to AWS services and resources. AWS services and resources. Creating a group. How you can create a group? You can select the IAM for the AWS console. So identity access and management. So then go to the dashboard and you go to the groups, users, roles, policies, and identity providers. Right? You can click the group. You can create the group. Click the group and create the new group. And creating a group, you can create the group, AWS admin or a DevOps engineer or whatever it may be. You can attach the policies. So you are a AWS admin, you can give the administrator access. So review the group, you can use review the group. Group created. So changing the group name, you can change it the group name. Define the group. Deleting the group, you can also delete the group also. Adding users to the group, you can add the users to the group directly. Select users to the add group. You can select the users and add group. New group, AWS admin, create a group, creating a user. How you can create the user, deleting the user, managing the user password. Create a new user, managing the access key and secret key. I will show you guys. Dashboards, access key and secret key, default password. How you can set the password. So understanding the roles. Yeah. So creating a role, guys. So you can create the sysadmin roles and select the role name. Select the role name. Attach the policy to the role. Renew. Sysadmin role. Create a new role. Deleting a role. Multi-factor authentication is nothing but a multi-factor authentication or MFA. MFA provide additional security by requiring the users to use a password and the authentication code for an external device. MFA especially recommended for the AWS root accounts and account administrators permission since they have access to all the your AWS resources. Like login permissions, you can give the login permissions to child account, so parent account and child account. Yeah, guys, that is nothing but a IAM. Guys, now you understood? So what are there? The groups, users, groups, roles, and the policies. Roles and the policies. Role is a DevOps engineer, Linux engineer, AWS cloud engineer. Policies are policy is nothing but a access. So you do you have a full access, administrator access, or a EC2 access, or a RDS access, or a VPC access? I will show you guys. I will I will show you how to how to create the AWS IAM users. So right guys, you see, is there any users are there? There is no users. Any roles? No roles. Any policies? So we have some default policies also there. And in any group, do you have any group? No group. So how to create a group? Just to create a group. What is this like sys admin or cloud engineer? So cloud engineer group. So you need to attach the policies. This is the policies. Administrator access. Administrator ni access is nothing but a. So admin full access. Administrator is nothing but a. Yeah, administrator is nothing but a provides a full access to the AWS services. Yeah. So I'm attaching to the AWS. Yeah. So group is created. So if you want to attach this attach to the users, how you can attach the add the users? First you need to create the users. What are the users are there? So there is no users, right? You have to add users. Hurry. So provide the user access to the AWS console. So provide the user access to the AWS management console. Yes. So I want to create a AAM user. Yes, I want to create a AAM user. Auto generated password or a custom password. So custom password. For example, I am giving the password. Giving the password. Next. Next. So cloud engineer. Copy permissions. Acknowledge policy. And I am user. I am user. Yeah, guys. So you have provided the username and password. So this is the console access, guys. So you can download the CSV file, the username and password, and the credentials, guys. So this is the username and password. This is the console access. You guys check it. This is the console access, or you guys can copy it. So I'm connecting to the incognito mode. So this is my console, IAM console. You guys can check it. So are you attached to the any policies? This is the username password, guys. So this is the username and password. Yeah, you forgot the password. Let's show. Yeah. So I saw the password. Yeah. You see, guys. So this time you are connecting as a IAM user. This time you're connecting as a IAM user. I am name equal to Hari. What is your name? Hari user. Password is whatever you set, right? You can access the password by using. So you can change your new password. So by using old password, because of the administrator created the username and password, right? You need to reset the password at post login, right? Something like this is the password I set. Yeah, this is the password. I need to reset it to. Okay. Yeah, the password also changed. The password also changed. You guys can check it. Yeah. So what this is? Access denied. So what this is? Access denied. Sock home. You can use it to, yeah, North Virginia. You can see it, guys. So these are the right the current month cost, forecasted savings, cost breakdown. These all are the access denied because of I provided only administrator access for the Hari user. Yeah, so this is the access, right? So you see, guys, elastic IPs, everything they will not provide this access. They will not provide this access. Yeah, let's give the EC2 access. Go to the user having permissions. You guys see. So yeah, are you added any in the any group? No, I did not added the any group. So tags, there is no tag. So security credentials. So these are the security credentials, and the access advisor, there is no. So we need to add the group, add a user to the group. Which group, guys? Cloud engineer. So cloud engineer having the all the permissions, right? Cloud engineer having the all the permissions, which access we provided the administrator access. Now let's check it. Refresh it. The dashboard. Go to the AWS dashboard. You see, so before we got the access denied everything. Now it it uh, it moved because of you provided the administrator access in the policy. So in the policy, or else something like you need to remove that access. Remove remove and the group, you can create a group like as a developer group. In the developer group name as a developer. So provide the access to only EC2 user, EC2 access or S3 full access. So we are providing only, or else EC2 full access. You know, right? EC2 full access. Yeah, I provided only EC2 full access, right? So this is the developer. So I'm adding a developer to the user. Add a user. Which user I'm adding? I'm adding the Hari user. So I'm adding Hari user to the groups. The group I am adding developer. So developer having only EC2 full access. So developer having only EC2 full access. Guys, yeah. So now I am refreshing my AWS console. Then again it is showing access denied. So I'm trying to connect the S3. I'm trying to connect the S3. You guys see. Yeah, I provided which access? RDS. RDS access. Databases. Yeah, you see. So if you go to the databases, so you got the permission denied access. So if you go to the S3 access, if you go to the buckets, yeah, you see you don't have a permission to list the buckets because of you have only which access? You have only the Amazon full access. Now you can go to the Amazon full. Now you can go to the EC2. You will get a full access without access denied. Right? See. So it is showing. It is showing. So right, you guys are showing. Yeah, yesterday I forgot to told you guys, if you want to stop the whenever your work is done, you guys can stop it. So if you want to reboot, you guys can reboot from here also. You want to terminate is nothing but a decommission, guys. The terminology is decommission, termination, decommission, or a delete, or a remove from this data center, this region. You guys directly you can terminate it. Okay, so whenever your work is done, you guys can do stop the instance, stop the instance, and start the instances, stop the instances, and start the instances. You guys, this is a stopping. The instance is a stopping. Guys, understood? So whatever the access you need, that will provided by using the IAM user. Provided by using the IAM user. You can create the group and attach the policies. What is that, guys? Attach the policies. You can attach the permissions, administrator access, AWS S3 full access, or something like VPC full access. You guys can set the permissions. Those are nothing but a policies. So what are the policies are there? These are the policies: administrator full access, CTSO full access, everything. These are the permissions. These are the permissions and the roles, guys. So you can assign the any role, something like AWS service role for support. So this is the role. So in the roles, they are providing the policy. You can create the role and provide the policy and attach it to the group and attach it to the users. So that is nothing but a policies, roles, users, and groups. So this is nothing but a IAM user. Guys, understood? IAM user. Now why IAM? Identity and access management for restricting the permissions, restricting the permission to the users. Now you logged in as a you logged in as a you logged in as a Hari user. So you logged in as a root user. This is the root user. This is the normal user. So root user having unrestricted access. Unrestricted access means everything. He can access everything. But normal user having certain limit of permission, certain limit of access. Certain limit of access. Right, guys? Guys, understood? Speak out, guys. Kavita
Yes,
understood? Bhavya, Kavita, Kalakshi,
Yes,
Lakshmi.
sir.
Yes, right? The guys understood, right? So Uday, Sai Teja, Praveen, Pradeep, you guys are understood? Mahesh, Navya.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So what are the services we discussed as of now? As of now, what are the services we discussed, guys? EC2 and
IAM.
IAM
Yes,
service. S3 not yet started. S3 not yet started. One second, guys. Yeah. So these are the services, right? So what are the services we learned as of now? Amazon. What is this, guys? Amazon EC2 and IAM, Identity Access and Management. Now we are discussing about the S3. So now discussing about the S3. Amazon S3 is nothing but a simple storage service. So then we will discuss RDS, VPC, CloudWatch, CloudTrail. These all are the services, guys. These all are the Route 53, AWS KMS, auto scaling, Lambda, Beanstalk, ECS, ECR, Amazon EC2. These all are the services, guys. So you are seeing right here. What are the services we have? All the services. So these all are the services. We just discussed about the compute service. In the compute service, we discussed about the EC2 compute service. Then what is that, guys? IAM, identity and access management. Where it is? Yeah, you see, guys. IAM. IAM is nothing but a identity access and management. IAM, identity access and management service. You guys understood? So we are discussing about the services like IAM service and the EC2 service. EC2 service is to launch the instances. IAM service is nothing but a to restrict the user permissions. To restrict the user permissions. Guys understood? Simple, guys. Very, very simple. Is it easy or not, guys? AWS is easy or not? So what are the services we discussed as of now? Guys, what are the services we discussed?
EC2 and IAM.
EC2 IAM.
Yes, very good. EC2, IAM, and so now we are discussing about the S3, guys. So EC2, EC2 done, IAM done, and now we are discussing about the S3. So S3 service. These are the AWS services. AWS services. Guys, which party won the elections, guys? Which party won the elections? Do you know?
TDP, sir.
You are from Andhra, na?
Yes, sir.
So you are from Telangana? AP TDP bona.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So guys, what are the services we have discussed? We discussed about the EC2 IAM, and we are discussing about the S3. What is S3, guys? S3 is nothing but a. So you guys are having any Gmail accounts?
Sir.
Google account? Do you have a Google account?
Yes, sir.
Have a Google account, right? So while creating the Google account, so you can access how many services? So you can, if you create the Gmail, you can access how many services? So Google provides how many services, guys? You don't know, na? So I'm having the Google access, guys. So what are the services they are providing? Google Search, Maps, YouTube, Google Play Store, News, Gmail, Meet, Chat, Contacts, Drive, Calendar. So this is the Google Drive, guys. So what is the use of Google Drive, guys? Guys, what is the use of Google? To store the data, right? To store the data. Very good. So Google Drive is nothing but a, so something like what they're providing Gmail service, Gmail, YouTube, Drive, Maps, for example, guys. So for example, these four are the service they are providing. So sorry guys, Drive, this is a drive. So Drive is nothing but a storage. So what it is, guys? This is a storage service. So Google Drive is a storage service. So we can store the data, either photos, videos, files, folders, directories, whatever it may be. So we can store the data. So what is the Google Drive, guys? So Google Drive, we can store
Data.
our data into the Google Drive, into the Google Drive. Right. Same as a, does anyone knows Microsoft company also provided the one storage solution. Does anyone knows that solution? For example, they are providing the two services. So one is a email service. Then the other one is, so one is the email service, another one is the drive. So the drive name called that as a OneDrive, guys. The name call it as a OneDrive. 1 second, guys. Guys, 1 second. Yeah. So Microsoft also provided the storage solution is nothing but a OneDrive, guys. So OneDrive also same like as a Google Drive. We can store the data. You can store the data. The same like also S3 also. So S3 also something like it call it as a bucket, guys. S3 bucket. S3 bucket also. So the purpose is same to store the data. To store the data, unlimited data. To store the unlimited data. Guys, understood? So what is S3, guys? S3 is nothing but a to store the data. So what is S3? S3 is nothing but triple S. So triple S is nothing but simple storage service. Guys, understood? Simple storage service. It's a simple storage service. Simple storage service. The trademark is something like a bucket. What is that, guys? A bucket. Yeah, guys, this is a S3 bucket. Guys, understood? S3 bucket. We are storing the data. Storing the data. The options, guys. The options are attributes. So whatever you are uploading, right? Whatever you are uploading into the bucket. So that is call it as everything is call it as if it is a folder or if it is a file, call it as a object, either video, file, whatever it may be. So it call it as a object, guys. Everything. So if you are uploading anything, is call it as a object in the bucket, guys. Object in the bucket. So the options, the what are the use cases for the S3? So we can use for the we can use for one is called a versioning. So the second one is called as a replication. What is that, guys? Second one is called as a replication. Third one is called as a static website. Static web hosting. Static web hosting or website hosting, both are same. Web hosting or website hosting. And the fourth one is life cycle management. Life cycle management. So versioning, replication, static website hosting, and life cycle management, guys. So these are the features or advantages. What are the features, guys? So features are the versioning, replication, static websiting, and lifecycle management. Lifecycle management. Guys, does anyone knows? So what is static website and what is dynamic website? Guys, which course you are learning? Java, Python, right, guys? Guys, does anyone knows? So what is website? You already knows, right? So what is static website? What is dynamic website, guys? Guys, what is static website? What is dynamic website? At least what is a website, guys? Yes, everyone in the mute state. You don't know, na? At least you can try to, you guys can try it. If you know or you don't know, you guys can try it. What is website?
Website
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, who is? Website is a
is collection
Ravi
of related web pages.
collection of.
Related web pages.
Very good. Very, very good. Superb. So it's good. So website is nothing but a collection of web pages, right? So
Very good.
collection of web pages. Very good. So website is a collection of web pages. Yeah. So this is website. So I'm clicking these are the pages. So these all are the pages. For example, facebook.com. So www.facebook.com. Once you logged into the Facebook, right? So then we are moving to the profile page. Whenever you are clicking to the another profile, it will go to the pages. A Facebook website is nothing but a collection of web pages. Very good. Yeah. So Facebook is a static website or a dynamic website. Static website or a dynamic website. Guys, a static website or a dynamic website. Yeah, guys. The static website is nothing but there is no database or there is no database is not attached to. There is no database server. So database server means so sign up or sign in. So is there any information? There is no information stored under the database. There is no information stored. It just pages, web pages. So something like it's like a college website or something like a. So those are right. Those all are some university website. So that websites are not involved with the storage, not involved with the database. That is nothing but a static website. So they don't have the database to store the information. It's just a web pages, a web pages. So there is no sign up, there is no sign in, just information. So information, right? Something like your newspaper, online newspaper. So it contains a content, right? There is no it contains a content only, so you are unable to access or you are unable to modify that, right? It's a static pages. A static pages. So dynamic website in the sense of Facebook, WhatsApp, everything you are involving with the DB, right? Username, password, it will be connected to the database server and get it if the username password is correct or not. If the username password is correct, then only it will open our web page, and you are downloading your uploading the images, uploading the videos, right? It will store under the. So application is only responsible for the showing the pages, that is not responsible for the store the information. Who will store the information? Database will store the information, right, guys? Store the information. Just a website that does not require a database, only application. So the pages will read it, same like as a newspapers or whatever it may be, guys, and newspapers in the online. Guys, understood? Now you got it. A static website and dynamic website. In the S3 bucket, you can host the static website. So what is versioning? So versioning is nothing but a, guys. So hari.txt. You copied a object or a file, call it at a hari.txt. Hari.txt having two lines of two lines of data. So the same hari.txt you are trying to upload, guys. You are trying to upload the trying to upload the trying to upload the same hari.txt, but this file having this file having so 100 lines. This file having 100 lines. I want to copy hari.txt also again. So I want to copy hari.txt also again. So if you enable the versioning, so it will create a version ID. So it will create a unique ID, unique ID for every file. You will separate this one. It will separate. That is nothing but a versioning. Now you understood the static websiting and versioning, then replication. What is the replication? What is the replication? S3 bucket is nothing but a storage. Storage comes from where? Definitely the server. So definitely the server. For example, 2 TB, 3 TB, right? You created as a So we created the storage, we created the mount point, for example, slash S3 slash S3. So this having 2 TB of a data, right? This having some, for example, 2 TB of 3 TB or something like. This is the infra having a failure, right? If something goes wrong on the S3 bucket, definitely it will be crashes. For example, it is in North Virginia region. North Virginia region. So North Virginia region. So the S3 bucket is crashed. So we stored the data. How we can retrieve the data? So we cannot retrieve the data, right? So we cannot retrieve the data. Same bucket you can create on the other region. So you can create the same bucket. So you can create the another bucket. So whatever you are copying here, right? It will copy the same file will copy automatically to the other region. If something goes wrong on this bucket, so there is another bucket will be available with your data. That is nothing but a replication. So copying data from one location to another location, and it will be safely available if something goes wrong on this in this bucket. That is nothing but a replication. So life cycle management. What is that, guys? Life cycle management. So life cycle management is nothing but so banking, for example. So banking purpose. Banking purpose, you purchased the S3 bucket. What is that, guys? S3 bucket. So S3 bucket also the storage types. Storage types also there. Standard, glacier. So standard, glacier. Standard is a very cost. Glacier is the very cheap, guys. Very cheap. Something like if you use the S3 bucket, S3 bucket first 180 days. First, so 180 days. So you will be the data will be stored under the standard. The data will be stored under the data standard. What is the difference between standard and glacier? Something like this is a archival storage. So it's a very cheap. So because of high ops, input and output. High ops means input and output. If you retry the mini statement, right, you are getting the statement that is a statement from last 1 month or last 2 months. So you are getting, right, you are getting the bank statements from last 1 month, 2 months, and 3 months. You are get it, right. So you are getting it first 1 month, last month, 2 months, or something like frequently. So oftenly we are getting the last 1 year statements from your bank transaction statements. So that time, so last 1 year you are asking oftenly, you are asking last 365 days, you are asking something like 1 or 2 times in the year. So we don't need this storage, this data in the standard storage. If it is in Glacial also, it will be fine, because of, so we are searching for only 1 or 2 times in a year. But in the 180 days, last 180 days, we are getting the data. That time we need a standard. After 365 days, so we need to remove this transaction. Something like I did the transaction now, and after 365 days, the transaction, whatever the transaction will store to the S3 bucket. Then that whatever the date, right? Something like today is 4th of June. 4th of June 2024. So whatever the transactions you did today, so after 1 year, exact same day, so this will be deleting. Whatever the transactions you did on that day, the transactions will be deleted under the bucket. So 4th of June 2025, it will delete the data. So this is nothing but a AS3 storage. Guys, understood? Little bit. What it is a storage. We can store our data in the S3 bucket as a form of object. So what are the features of the S3 bucket? Versioning, replication, static website, lifecycle management. So what is versioning? So the same file So in your Windows laptop, right, you created a one hurry.txt file, you are trying to create another hurry.txt file, it will not allow because of, so it will get the conflict. The same file is already there. But in the S3 bucket, you can update, you can copy the files with the versioning enable. It will create a unique ID and it will separated by the unique ID, the file. And the static website hosting. We need to upload our static websites. Upload your static website. Then the replication. So replication is nothing but we can store the data in the two regions. If something goes wrong on the one region, it will available on the another region, the data. Guys, understood? So this is nothing but uh, a replication. And next, life cycle management. Life cycle management means so how frequently we are accessing this, we are accessing the data. So and 180 days. So usually we are within the 180 days we are accessing the data 20, 30, 40, 50 times. So after the 180 days, after 180 to 360 days, so we are accessing only 1 or 2 times in a year. So that time, so we don't need this much storage standard, this much type of storage we don't need because of, so this is having a high IOPS. So if you bought this storage, it will be it will be chargeable high amount of data, high amount of cost. So I don't want to high amount, it just we are trying to we are trying to getting 1 or 2 times, so we need a cheaper than that. So Glacier is the cheaper than that, so we can took that one. After 365 days, we need to remove automatically. So we need to remove the automatically the logs, whatever the logs we are uploading, right? The exact same day. So it will remove automatically. So that is nothing but a life cycle management. So that is nothing but the life cycle management. Guys, understood? So what is a life cycle management? What is a static website hosting? What is a versioning? What is replication? What is static website hosting? That is life cycle management. This is the a future object, everything, whatever you are storing in the bucket, right? The bucket, the storage unit, call it as a unit, whatever your unit, that unit call it as a object. The unit call it as a object. Guys, understood? Guys, understood or not? Speak out, yeah. Understood or not, guys?
Hello?
Guys, understood?
Understood, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your response. So is it simple, guys? Is it easy or not, guys? The WS is easy or not? You guys can watch these recordings. So you have a,
Easy, sir.
so yeah, the channel. The channel have a tech world with Hari. If you're having the interest on this, guys, you guys can go through it. Guys can go through it on the playlist. Anything, guys. Complete AWS DevOps 0 to hero or something like iMac IT. So, or you guys can watch the recordings. You can search it, whatever is the recordings, right? You guys want to search it. I have uploaded something like how many? So 177 videos I uploaded, guys. Okay. So if you guys want to reach out me, you guys can reach out in the LinkedIn or either email or a WhatsApp, guys. You guys can reach out. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yep, thank you, guys. This is the playlist. You can watch this playlist. You will understand the complete AWS DevOps. I discussed all the topics in this class, guys, in this playlist. Okay. Yep, very good. Now you understand the S3 bucket. So we'll show you what is S3 bucket. Yeah. So simple storage solution. What it, guys? It is a simple storage solution. So what are those, guys? Understanding the storage in AWS, different types of storages in AWS. So what is Amazon S3, functions and concepts of S3, advantages and disadvantages of S3, requirement for S3, understanding pricing of S3, creating and managing the S3 bucket, managing the objects in the S3, uploading objects to S3, deleting buckets and deleting the objects, deleting buckets and deleting the objects. So these are the concepts, guys. So what are the concepts we are discussing? Whatever we discussed, right? Storages available in AWS. What are the storages? I already told you, right, guys? Standard, Glacier. Yeah. So the storage is an important role AWS, and find the below storage available in AWS and users. So what is that, guys? Amazon S3, scalable storage in the cloud. What is that? Scalable means, so it will be increasing and it will be increasing and decreasing. Amazon Glacier, I already told you, right, guys? The Glacier, low cost archive storage in the cloud. Amazon EBS, persistent block storage volumes for Amazon EC2 virtual machines. So for creating the Amazon EC2 virtual machine, so that EC2 instances, we can use the EBS. It is a persistent storage volumes for the EC2. It is so it will the cost is high on this storage, because of it the IOPS of this storage is very high. So Amazon EC2 instance storage, temporary block storage volumes for the EC2 instance virtual machines. AWS import export, large volume data transport, AWS storage gateway. So integrates the on-premises IT environments with cloud storage. Amazon CloudFront, global content network delivery. Amazon SQS, messaging queue service purpose, RDS, managed relational database servers for MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft Server. So Amazon DynamoDB, fast, predictable, high scalable, NoSQL data store. Amazon Elastic Cache, in-memory caching service. Amazon Redshift, fast, powerful, full managed petabyte scale and data warehouse services. Database on Amazon EC2, self-managed databases on Amazon EC2 instances. So what is S3? S3 is nothing but Amazon simple storage service is stored for the internet. It's a storage for the internet. We can use the Amazon S3 store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere on the web. Guys, so Amazon S3 is to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere on the web. So we can accomplish these tasks using the AWS management console. So we can accomplish these tasks using the AWS management console, which is simple and intuitive web interface. Sign up for the S3, create a bucket, add an object to the bucket, view an object, move an object, delete an object and bucket. So designed for the S3 is designed for the remote data storage, low cost pay as you go model, no upfront cost, high availability, high bandwidth, use Amazon's own network. Features, so 99.99999% durability, 99.99% availability, designed to support current concurrent data failure in two physical facilities. March 2006, Amazon launched simple storage service. Simple storage service. Functions and concepts of S3. So AWS allows unlimited storage of objects, allows unlimited storage of objects. You can upload unlimited storage containing 1 byte to 5 gigabytes each file contains pages, each file contains something like a 5 gigabytes. Object consists of raw object data and metadata. Objects are stored and retrieved using a developer assigned key. Data are kept secured from the unauthorized access through the authentication mechanism. Objects can be made available to public by HTTP and BitTorrent protocol. All objects are stored in the bucket. So a bucket is as simple as a container for the objects. It is used to partition the namespace of the objects at the high level. Buckets are similar to internet domain names. They are accessible via bucket name .s3.amazon.com. Each developer account has a limit of 100 buckets. So if you have an account, how many buckets you can create, guys? You can create maximum 100 buckets. Yes, very good. So what is a key unique identifier an object with the bucket? A key is a unique identifier. A key is a unique identifier an object with a bucket. A bucket and keys together uniquely identified each object in the S3. Every object can be addressed through the bucket and bucket key combination. For example, if your bucket name is my bucket and key is myhomepage.html. What is the key, guys? myhomepage.html. The URL for the object will be http://mybucket.s3.amazon.com myhomepage.html. This is the key for your bucket. So advantages of S3: scalability, availability, unlimited storage, inexpensive, data is accessible, scalability. The amount of storage and bandwidth you need can scale as you like without any configuration changes needed. It automatically scale up, it automatically scale down. Availability, speed, throughput, to capacity, and robustness is not affected even if you gain 100 users overnight. So unlimited storage, you can pay as you go. Inexpensive and no capital outlay, great for the startups. Data is accessible from any location since it is based on the Amazon infrastructure. It is probably more reliable than other cheap data storage providers. Other data storage providers. So what are those use cases? Asset storage and CDN, data storage, static state, backups, mobile storage backends, and file distribution. So the pricing, charges for using the S3 bucket is based on the location of your buckets. You are billed according to the storage, data transfer, and the the number of requests per month. There is no minimum fee to use S3. You pay for only what you use. You can view your current charges incurred almost immediately on the S3 portal. What is a bucket? A bucket is a basic storage unit in Amazon S3. It is a single level container and it is based on a key object association. So details. Subportals are supported through the specific content type headers and a substring mechanism. Upload and download are easy. Renaming of a folders, navigation of a complex hierarchy can be problematic. Problematic renaming of a folder renaming is a difficult. A collection of objects, guys. So collection of objects. Okay. Bucket is a bucket is nothing but a collection of objects. Anything is nothing but a object, guys. Is there a file or video, image, or a static website? Everything is a object. Globally in QID. So A to Z, capital A to Z, small a to Z, dot hyphen, you can use max 100 buckets for user. No limit on number of objects. You can upload any number of objects, guys. So buckets equivalent of the directories, single common namespace across the S3, but bucket names can include slash example. So this is the representation. Objects equivalent of the files up to 5 GB in size, identified by the key. Identified by the key, guys. So best practice on the naming: DNS compatible, FQDN, no dots, objects blob, don't care about the file formats, metadata can be added, maximum 5 TB object it stores. So how to access the S3 storage? Accessing using S3 storage by using the https://3.amazon.com bucket and key. Bucket and key. So bucket key. Okay, guys, I will show you how to access that. Use Amazon AWS Management Console and CloudBelly Explorer. CloudBelly Explorer. S3 allows you to specify an access control list to every object in the database. Access control list, it will restrict the permissions, guys. So you can set the permissions for the owner and for the authorized authenticated user for a specific users and for everybody. Even if possible to create a public URL that expires at a given date. Right, guys, understood? Yeah, it maintains the versions of the object stored in the S3 and recover in case of the data loss. So guys, I understood, I already told you, right? The versions, v.1, 1.10, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is the versioning concept. I already told you, right? Versioning. So the ranges of the classes. So S3 standard class for a frequently accessed data. What is that, guys? Standard. So standard infrequent access, standard infrequent access, Amazon Glacier. So we can also set up auto policy to migrate the data from one class to another class, like standards to Glacier. It automatically, we can also set up a auto policy. What is that, guys? Auto policy to migrate data from one class to the another class, like standard to Glacier, etc. So we can move from standard to infrequent access. From here, 60 days we kept in the standard. So from after 60 days outward, it automatically moved to the infrequent access. So after 180 days, it automatically moved to the Glacier. So after 365 days, it automatically moved to the delete. Right. Security in S3. So we can provide the access control list, bucket policy, key authentication. S3 also offer SSL encryption for the data upload and download. These are the securities. To sign up, sign up. Create the bucket, you can create. So we are ready to create a bucket using the AWS management console. Every object in the Amazon is S3 is stored in a bucket. Before we can store the data in the Amazon S3, we must create a bucket. You are not charged for creating the bucket. You are charged only for storing the objects in the bucket and for transferring the object in and out for the object. In and out for the object. A bucket. To create a bucket. A bucket is a logical unit of a storage in Amazon web services. Object storage service. Simple storage solution. Buckets are used to store objects which consist of data and metadata that describes the data. So sign into this bucket. You guys can create a bucket. So the bucket name you choose must be unique across the all existing bucket names in the S3, guys. So this is the note, guys. Create a bucket dialog box. In the bucket name box, enter. So the bucket name you choose must be unique across all the existing bucket names in the S3. After we create the bucket, we cannot change its name. In addition, the bucket name is visible in the URL that points to the object stored in the bucket. Ensure that the bucket name we choose is appropriate. In the region box, select the region. Then for this exercise, select the Oregon from the drop down. We can choose the region of the optimize latency, minimize cost, and address regularity requirements. Objects stored in a region never leave the region unless you explicitly transfer them to the region, another region. A bucket is a container for the object stored in the S3, Amazon S3. When we creating a bucket, you can choose a region to optimize for the latency, minimize cost, address regularity requirements. For more information regarding bucket naming convention, so please visit that. So this is a creating a bucket, storing the objects in the bucket. So add an object to the bucket. An object can kind a file, text file, photo, video, and so on forth. So when you add a file to the Amazon S3, you have the options to include the metadata with the file and setting permissions, controls access to the file, upload. So this is the upload a file. So we need to provide the access. So add a file, properties. Click on the details and change the storage. You can change the storage also. Click on the permission to see and change the permissions also. Guys, understood? So that is nothing but a S3. So that is nothing but a S3. Yeah, you guys, how you guys can select? You guys can select the service name, call it as a, what is this, guys? S3. S3 is the service name. You can select the S3. So this is the S3. So you want to create a bucket. How you can create a bucket? So by using choose this buckets, access grants, access points, object lambda access points, multi-region access points, batch operations, IAM access analyzer. So storage lens, dashboards, future spotlight, AWS marketplace. So just you can click the buckets. So then you can create the bucket. Create a bucket. The bucket name is my 360 degree bucket. Okay, my 360-degree bucket. Copy settings from an existing bucket? No, just this is the bucket I'm creating. It's a fresh bucket. So what is the object ownership? ACL is disabled or enabled. For example, I'm disabling ACLs. So blocking all the public access. Block all the public access. No, I'm enabling the public access. Yeah, later I will enable. Okay. Access object ownership also disabled. So default encryption, the bucket key, everything will be disabled. Yeah, so the bucket is created 360 degree bucket. This is your a bucket. So where your bucket is created, your bucket created in the North Virginia. This is the my 360-degree bucket. Guys, check the permissions. These are the properties. So bucket versioning, I already told you, right? That versioning, default encryption. So the server accessing logs, AWS Cloud file, event notification, Amazon event bridge, transfer access, object lock, request, static website hosting. So here you can have, you can access the so enable. For example, this is enable host a static website. Yes, index.html. So what it is, guys? What it is index.html? You guys can select. Simple HTML. What are the basic examples, guys? Not showing the code. So I'm selecting for any of the website, guys. Next type troubleshooting. Troubleshooting code. What is troubleshooting, guys? Head to HTML body, head to close body to close HTML. Yeah, I'm taking this, guys. I don't know what exactly here. Yeah, I'm hosting the website here. What is error doc type? Removing everything. See the changes, errors. Having error. Simple HTML code. I'm taking the basic, guys, no worries. I'm taking this, guys. This is my first heading, second heading, whatever it may be. I'm taking this simple project, guys. Yes, right? Redirection rules within JSON automatically redirect a web page for a specific content. Errors unexpected. We need this, right? No worries, guys. I will create this cancel. I will create as a static index.html base. The permissions, guys. So you can provide the block all the public access. So I don't want to block all the public access. Just I'm enabling the public. Save the changes. Confirm. Yeah. So this is the confirmation, guys. So confirmation metrics management. Yeah, this is the life cycle rule, guys. So it automatically changing the replication life cycle replication rules and the inventory configuration. So this is nothing but a life cycle. So you can configure the create a life cycle. So the life cycle name, limited scope, prefix, object tags, and you guys can see this is the life cycle rule reactions. Move the current version of the objects between storage classes. Yeah, we can, if you select, it will move from standard to standard in the 60 days. Standard in the 60 days. Then then you move to the glacier. So after 60 days. So right. So then after 365 days, so we need to add the another rule, guys. So move non-current version of the objects between storage classes, expire the current version of the objects, permanently delete the delete the expired operations. So then it will add, guys. So these are the number of days. You can check it 160 days. Days after the objects become non-current. So 180 days. So number of versions will be 10. So yeah, you guys can delete the incompatible uploads. 10, right, guys? So you see, so the current version object version, so object uploaded from 0 to 60 days move to standard A, then object move to the glacier, then 160 days it will expire. So 180 days it will be deleted. So 180 date it will be deleted. This is nothing but a objects move glacier to instant retrieval. The integer value glacier instant retrieval must be at least 30 more than the value standard AA. Lifecycle rule, delete the objects. I'm creating the delete the objects preferences. Under filter like 360 degree, guys. 360 degree. So right, then you can create the rule. So the integer value, the glacier instant retrieval must be at least 30 more than the value on standard A. Standard A 60. So 90 days. So we can select it. Yeah, it will be creating the rule, object rule, guys. So now your bucket is, so what is the bucket? This is my 360 degree bucket. So you can upload the any file, add a file. So for example, I'm adding AWS billing or something, or I'm adding index.html. Where is that index.html? Is there any index.html? 360 degree back, BJS, Terraform code, DevStack, index.html. Okay, guys, no worries. So I'm uploading this also. This absolute path or relative path. Guys, I uploaded two files. Uploaded, add two files. Just upload. Yeah, upload the file, but I'm trying to access this. Yeah, so this is the path, guys. When I am trying to access this file, what it's showing, it is showing access denied. So the bucket, whatever the bucket, right, the bucket needs to be public, and the object also needs to be a bucket public. So what is this? First, the bucket is in public mode or not? You can select that. So the permissions, yeah. So we enabled the block public access of black public access app, and the edit the block public access. Yeah, cancel block the public access. Then bucket policy ownership. Here we need to enable the access control list. Access control list, you can edit here, and enable the access control list, and save the and confirm and save. Then you can enable the edit the read and write. Everyone can access, right? Public, you can select both. You can select these both. It will enable in the public. Yeah, so then, so these are the buckets. So when you go to the objects, so objects also having the permissions. You need to enable the bucket, so objects, to the everyone. Save the changes. Now you can try to access this. Yeah, are you able to see? So are you able to see or not? Yes. So your bucket will be, so your objects will be accessing via URL. So my 360-degree bucket dot s3 dot amazon aws.com AWS plus billing PNG. This is my AWS plus billing PNG. So so absolute path and relative path. So when I'm trying to access this, I'm also getting the public denied. So something like access denied. So you can also set the permissions for this bucket. You need to provide the access to everyone, the public access, understand, and the save changes. Right, guys? So now you can try to access this path. You guys see, you're able to access this object. You're able to access this object, and you are trying to access the same web page. You see, guys. So my 360 dot degree dot bucket dot s33 dot absolute path, and relative path here. You can create your own website and post it in your Amazon S3 also. You can post it in our Amazon S3. Guys, understood? Yeah. So this is nothing but a S3 bucket. So in the S3 bucket also permissions like um, management. So management is a lifecycle management, and the replication. So replication rule also. So create a replication rule. How you can create the replication rule? So enable a get versioning. Yeah, so enabled replication rule, and you can create the what is the object you are trying to replicate to the, and you need to provide the destination bucket name and the region. You can choose the region. If you have a IAM role, you can use it. So if you want encryption, no encryption, idle replication, just save it. So that it will be a replicate. Your application, your bucket will be replicate to the another S3 bucket. You can create another S3 bucket in the another region, and we can replicate it. So that is nothing but a replication. Guys, understood? So this is nothing but a S3 bucket. This is nothing but a S3 bucket. Guys, understood or not? Guys, understood? Guys, speak out. Are you able to hear? Yeah. So next is, so what is the next, guys? So virtual private cloud. So we will discuss this tomorrow. Understanding the network in AWS, subnet and AWS subnet components, internet gateways and routing tables, security groups and ACLs, cloud front and Route 53, VPN, VPG and direct connect, load balancing and scaling, scaling, guys. So we will discuss this tomorrow. So how you are getting IP address, right? So this we'll show it we will show it tomorrow. So RDS, right? So RDS. So what is RDS, guys? RDS is nothing but a relational database service. So what is the service, guys? So what is the service? Next service is RDS. RDS is nothing but a relational database service. So manually in the data center, so you just they are not providing the databases directly. You just build the infra with the CentOS or something like whatever the Linux, then CentOS 7, then you need to install the software like as a Oracle. Which software you need to install? You need to install the Oracle, MySQL, whatever it may be, guys. So Oracle or MySQL or something like a Windows SQL server, you need to install anything, Postgres, you need to install the anything, then you act as a database. But here AWS, what AWS is providing, AWS providing this, AWS providing this is nothing but a PaaS, right? A platform as a service, software also providing. So this created as a service and give it as a service. This is a relational database service. So if you just launch the RDS services, you can select the which database you want, For example, you select the Oracle database. So it will install the Oracle database, and you just directly use the databases. So Amazon relational database service, easy to manage relational database, optimized for the total cost and ownership. So total cost and ownership. So why Amazon RDS? So Amazon relational database service is an easy to manage relational database service optimized for the total cost of ownership. It is simple to set up, operate and scale with the demand. Amazon RDS automates the undifferentiated database management tasks such as provisioning, configuring, backupping, patching. So Amazon RDS enables customer to create a new database in a minute and offers a flexibility to customize databases to meet their needs across 8 engines and 2 deployment options. Customers can optimize the performance with features like multi-agent, and multi-agent means so multi availability zones and with two readable standbys, optimized writes and reads, and AWS gravation based instances, and choose from the multiple pricing options to effectively manage the costs. What are the benefits of Amazon RDS? What is that, guys? Easy to manage, choose of engines, high availability, and operational expertise. So what is that, guys? Easy to manage, remove insufficient and time consuming database administrative task without needing to provision infrastructure or maintain a software. Choice of engines, deploy and scale the relational database engines of your choice in the cloud on premises. So high availability, so achieve high availability with Amazon RDS multi-agent deployments. So operational expertise, benefit from over the decade of proven operational expertise, security best practices, and innovation. Databases are born in the cloud, guys. born in the cloud. So how it works? Amazon Relational Database Services is a collection of managed services that makes it simple to set up, operate, and scale database in the cloud. Choose from the 8 popular engines. So these are the Amazon Aurora Postgres, Amazon Aurora MySQL, RDS for Postgres, RDS for MySQL, RDS for MariaDB, RDS for SQL Server, RDS for Oracle, RDS for DB2, and deploying on the premises premise with Amazon RDS and AWS outposts with our evaluated access to the underlying operating system and database environment using Amazon RDS custom. So Amazon RDS is nothing but a connect to your app or any of the 7 Amazon RDS engines. This is the RDS relational database service, and you can set up, guys. You can set up the managed features. You can set up the managed features, use cases, build and web. So how you can use build web application and mobile applications, move managed databases, big free latency databases they are providing. These all are the Samsung is the customer, Chaitas Fabric is the customer, Mint is the customer. These all are the customers of the RDS. Explore RDS pricing, accelerate our management, discover Amazon RDS partners. So these all are nothing but a RDS, guys. So these are nothing but a RDS. Yes. So what are the features? So security, custom outputs, so proxy, multi-agent read replica, performance insights, so engines. So they are the. So if you want to go for a Oracle, you can use the RDS Oracle engine. So create an AWS account. Already created AWS account. Yeah, we already signed on, right? You guys can use the RDS directly. You can go to the switch to this and you can search it in the services RDS. So this is the RDS service. What it is, guys? Databases. What are the databases are available? Quality editor, performance. So performance insight, snapshots, exporting the Amazon S3 automated backups, reserved instances, proxy, subnet groups, parameter groups, options, custom events, something like a create a database. You can click the create a database, which database you want to create. Easy to easy create or standard create, something like Aurora Postgres, Maria, MySQL, Postgres, Oracle. I want to create the Oracle database. So I want to create the Oracle database. So on the Oracle version is 19. So in the production or dev test, as I'm using for the dev one test, database one credentials. So what is the credential? Admin is the credentials. So access key, this is the access key. Instances, standard classes, DB2 M6 large, 4 vCPU, 16 GB RAM, and network is 10,000 Mbps. Right? So how much they provided? They provided the 200 GB. So advanced settings, availability, so connectivity. Don't connect to an EC2 instance compute resources, connect to EC2 instance compute resources. This is the connector. You can provide the EC2 instance, it automatically connect it. So choosing the exist one, VPC, you can choose the VPC, everything, and you can directly monitoring and you can create a database. It's automatically creating. So, but in the manual cases, what you can do, you can directly install, and then we can install the Oracle. We can connect to the EC2 instances. Normally, you can connect to the EC2. EC2 means application instances. So we will give the authentication between these two servers, and they will access if in the programmatic access they will provide the username password for the database for connecting the databases. So this is nothing but a RDS, relational database services. Guys understood? Guys understood? So what are the databases available, guys? You can create these many databases. What are the databases? So these all are the databases. So Aurora, MySQL, IBM, Oracle. Most of the companies are using Postgres, MySQL, Aurora. Everyone using. So different types of databases. So these are the databases. Actually, I used the Oracle, for example. I used the Oracle database and I created the database RDS server. I created the database server, and you provided the EC2 instance. Uh, credentials, then it automatically connect to the app server and DB server. What is this, guys? So this is the what this is, guys. This is a app server. So this is the a DB server. DB server. If you click, it automatically creates your RDS servers without manual approach. Without manual approach, you can create a MariaDB, Aurora, PostgreSQL compatible MySQL, PostgreSQL, so Microsoft Server, SQL Server, or a DB2, or a MongoDB, or a Cassandra. You can create whatever you want, guys. So we cannot create the RDS because of it will be chargeable, guys. It will be a very chargeable, high chargeable. The amount will be very high. That's the reason we are unable to create the RDS buckets because of the 200 MB, the large size, right? So this is not a free tier eligible, guys. Database is not a free tier eligible. So if you create the databases RDS, it will chargeable, guys. It will chargeable. Guys, understood about the RDS? Guys, understood or not? Guys, speak out, guys. Speak out, guys. So why are you not talking, guys? From starting onwards, I already told you, right, guys? You guys can speak out. Speak out if you know or if you don't know. You guys can speak out. I already told you many more times, but still you are not speaking. Guys, understand?
Yes, sir.
So what are the services we discussed as of now? Lakshmi, what are the services we discussed? Uday, Lakshmi, Bhavya,
EC2, S3,
EC2,
RDM,
RDS.
RDS,
So the other one?
IIM,
Very good. So tomorrow we will discuss. So which service we will discuss tomorrow?
RDS.
RDS already done, guys.
Benefits of AWS.
Sorry,
Benefits of AWS.
I didn't understand. In switch off AWS.
No,
What is
some advantages, sir.
advantages? Okay. So tomorrow we will discuss about the VPC, guys. So which service we need to discuss tomorrow? VPC. Okay. VPC, virtual private cloud. Virtual private cloud. So what are the security? What are the networks we need to provide our infra? So these are the VPC, subnets, route tables, internet gateways, ingress, DHCP, elastic IPs, managed prefix, endpoints, NAT gateways, peering connections, network ACLs, security groups, rule groups, domain groups, network firewall, virtual private network, AWS verified access, transit gateways. So we will discuss tomorrow, guys. So we will discuss tomorrow, and so we will discuss the basic questions, basic freshers questions. We will discuss tomorrow, guys. Okay. Then we will wind up this workshop for 5 days. Okay, guys.
Sir, could you share the today's notes, sir?
Today's note I already shared to Ramesh. You are not getting these the images, huh?
Sir, today notes, sir.
This one, right? This one, right? You are asking about AWS material. This notes, right?
Sir.
Yeah, I already uploaded yesterday, right? That AWS material. In that AWS materials, everything is there.
Sir, please share the links on group chat, sir.
In the link.
Recorded session.
Recorded session, sir. 1 second.
Yes. From first day onwards, sir.
You did not get it from the people.
See, first class and third class I got, sir, but second class did not get.
You did not.
So that's why I'm asking.
Okay, I'm testing.
Yep.
So this is the third class.
Okay, sir. Need second class, sir.
Yeah, I will give you everything.
Okay.
Class 3 video. This is Sorry guys, sorry. This is class 3 and you want to class 2, right? So this is class 2, I think. Yeah, this is the class 2. This is class 2. Class 1 you need, right? Class 1, class 1. Yeah, this is the class 1. Yeah. So these are the 3 recordings.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You did not get these images, right? Whatever we are discussing. So I shared to Vamshi. Vamshi will not share to you or not. So I shared one tutorial also. You guys can connect with this tutorial. You can check it this one. So I'm sharing everyday notes to Vamshi. You get it from the Vamshi. Okay. So I already shared AWS material, AWS PPT, account creation PPT, and what is cloud PPT. I shared everything. And today I shared the Linux material also. Whatever we practiced the yesterday's commands, right? I shared it already. You guys get it from the Vamshi from 360 degrees. Okay, guys. Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
So if you
Yes, sir.
practice,
Yes,
it is
sir.
very, yeah, the AWS is very easy, guys. So otherwise, if you are getting with the something like as a developer, so you need to access your development environment. At least you need to know the AWS, right? Now you understand the how to connect the AWS, right? How to create the
Yes.
instances, how to connect the AWS. You are good at the AWS, right, guys?
Sir.
Okay, guys. So we'll continue from tomorrow. And 1 second, guys.